It was really nice to actually get together with the whole cast for a change. Like, it's been so long since we've actually been able to do anything theatre-wise. So I think, you know, we're just as excited as the audience will be to come and see this show. So it's
good. I'm doing the script reading as well. Really felt like I was John and getting into character, and it's brilliant.
I think there's much more in-depth concentration upon the relationship between Cynthia and John, and also between Cynthia and Aunt Mimi and her own mother. And what we tried to do is show the way that Cynthia was subjected to so much pain, particularly in the last few months of their marriage, by John's attitude towards her. And also that his drug addiction proved fatal towards the marriage. We've tried to inject a lot more humour into the play, but there is tragedy with it as well, so it's a mix.
Mike rang me, Mike Howl, the script writer, 2 or 3 years ago now, said he had a play and he had the idea of Cynthia Lennon. And John's been covered really by everyone and his dog, the world knows John Lennon, but Cynthia covered a bit of an unknown thing, really. A housewife who became famous without really a choice, really. And that story Mike wrote, I thought was great, and rang me, said, can we do get together? So we did, and the idea was to do kind of a Beatle thing, but then again, copyright and costs, and it became kind of silly. I said, Mike, this is going to be impossible. Let's be original. Might not work, it might work. So I said, we'll try and write some songs and go back to our catalogue. I play guitar in the 60s, we called The Hideaway, so we had some songs, from not great songs, but we had better ones later in the 80s when I got together with a pal of mine, Billy Kinsley and Alan Crowley, our two friends, and we wrote on the class of 64 was kind of our moniker. And we just wrote songs just for ourselves, not for the charts or to become pop stars, just wanted to write songs. We went back to the catalogue, we found 2 or 3 songs we thought could use in the Cynthia play, which would fit the sort of timeline. And I've written, I think, 4 or 5 new songs, but I've written with my head as a 12-year-old, as a kid, just pre-Beatles, really. So I had to write songs of a certain timeline that would fit in with the story. And original, I think, is what we've tried to be. If it works, great, because it's not a copy, it's actually a good story with original songs. So that kind of pleased me. And they've got a great cast, young cast too, dead keen, which I love that,
People are hungry, they're thirsty for theatre, and it's just the best feeling. It's so exciting to be in rehearsals, and this is just it's just a feel good. There's some dark moments, as there is in everybody's life. It's not all factual, it's a play, it's not a documentary, but it's just the best feeling ever to be in with a live audience and to see an actual show. It's just, I'm excited. I have a real sort of set structure, and that allows the freedom of chaos, if that makes any sense. And because it's an LSD scene, that kind of works. And I'm the sort of person that doesn't have to take drugs to be out of my mind, which I think helps for devising. And I just love seeing what people come up with, and then I put it all together. So it is organised chaos. Creative chaos.
It's been cast so well, and I just feel like the story is going to be told and bring it to a reality now. But yeah, it's got a superb cast and everyone's so enthusiastic.
I haven't been able to do much theatre recently. There's only 2 or 3 things I've been able to do in the past 2 years, well, since it started really. So yes, it's nice to get back into it. I haven't been back into a theatre, I think, once since COVID. So. And that was quite small. It wasn't a full production like we're doing now. So yeah, that's gonna, as I say, the audience and to have that moment in theatre again is much. It's been much.
Frankie Connor has done such a great job with the music. He's from what we heard, he actually wrote this in the years of the Beatles when he was in the cavern with the Hideaways. So we've got that kind of history feel, hasn't it? Of the actual music. It was actually created at that time. So it's really exciting to actually grasp the music and get into grips with how it all fits in with Cynthia's story. And yeah, it's really nice. It really complements it really well.
You can see it at Hope Street Theatre, which is naturally in Hope Street in town, and it's from the 7th to the 14th of November.